So how can we have that immediate feedback that sometimes students need while they're working on an assignment, say in a synchronous session, while they're at home and you're in your office, you're at work? Well, one of the things that we can use is the built-in chat function within Canvas. Hi, I'm Evan, and welcome back to the Canvas Tutorial Show. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that follow button so that you get every new episode as we launch it. Let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to show you how you can use the chat for immediate feedback, as well as some tips on how you can monitor a chat session while you're still working on other things. So here we go. Let's see. There we go. So I'm just in my normal sandbox here, and what I want to do is I want to go down here to the chat menu item right here, bottom left. Okay, so I'm going to click there. And what that does is it opens up my chat window. Now notice that I want to point out a few things about the chat system. First off, it's one chat room. It's not individual chatting with a particular student and only that student can see it. And so just know that what is said in chat is for public consumption for everybody. Second, it shows you right here who's online. And so right now it shows that there's just one person online. Now that is a little bit misleading because it doesn't mean that there's only one person inside of your course. It means that there's only one person that is actually inside this chat program. Okay, and so for example, I'm just going to switch windows here to a fake student, Samantha student, and let me just move my face out of the way for today. And when I go into chat there, watch the number. Goes from, and now it's 2 people. And so when I go back to my profile, you see that there's 2 people online, and it shows both of us. Now, unfortunately, what you cannot do is click on one of them and chat directly with them. So again, it is a public, or at least course public forum. Okay, but it can be effective. For example, I had a conversation with Samantha earlier today. Hey, Mr. B, do you have a second? And so I was able to see, if you have new message alerts, which is up here on the right, clicked, then it's going to give you an alert that you have a message so that you can then jump in here and answer it. And so notice that I got a timestamp here. It's happened at 9:20 a.m. Gives me the date right there, who it is. It gives their little their image or their face, and then it tells us what the message is. Notice that on mine, it shows this little delete button because it will allow me to actually delete any one of the messages, one of my messages or one of theirs. But when I go to the student view, that option isn't there. So that's a nice little feature, is that if a student is saying something inappropriate or whatever, and you want to go ahead and monitor that, get rid of it, you can do that. It also identifies here just my role. Okay, it doesn't show the student role, but it does show easy for them to scroll down and find where that conversation is happening. So here we talked about she needed some instructions on how to submit a one-pager. And so I gave some more instructions. When I put a link in there, canva.com, it automatically turned that into a link so that when she clicks on it on her side, it's going to take her to the Canva website. As well, a little bit farther down, I was able to link directly to a file, as well as directly to one of the assignments. Okay, and so it doesn't give the page. Okay, it's not a pretty link; it's just the full URL, but it does actually make it a link. So this is a good system that you can use. There's definitely some room for improvement that Instructure could make. For example, having the individual rooms that for a private session, and then being able to lock that down from the admin level. This is a good point, though, is that your integration might not have the chat function, and that is because your admin has turned it off, and so you'd work with your admin if that is a function that you feel like you need, as well as by removing it from the navigation. And there's a video on how to change your navigation. You can take the chat out so that your students can't do it, because again, not only can they chat with you, but they can chat with anybody else online. I've seen a question going around: how do I monitor the chat while doing other things. For example, monitoring for the students being naughty or something like that, or just so that you know it. And one of the things that you can do is actually decrease the size of your window. So I'll just show you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up another tab. I'm just going to drag that out here so that it's available. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to shrink this down a little bit. There we go. And now on my chat, I'm going to minimize as much as I can. So I'm going to minimize the menu. I've already minimized the global menu. Then I'm going to grab the side of my window and I'm going to drag it as far over as I can. And notice what happens is that when Canvas gets small, when it's on a small screen, it goes into one of the little hamburger menus, okay, because this is for their mobile view. And I'm going to even drag it over just a little bit more because all I really need is to be able to see their faces, and then I need to be able to see the chat. And because this is going to be a window that's going to live behind whatever I'm working on, I'm going to go ahead and cover that up as well. So now I can have this open, and I can be going over here, and I can be looking up one-pager instructions. While I'm doing that, if Samantha student comes in here and says, I need help again, okay, it pops up right there, so that while I'm over here, I can notice that there's information there, and I can what's up, and I can continue to help. So once again, this was a way that you can use the chat function inside of Canvas. Again, there's definitely more room for improvement there from the instructor side, but it does give you good basic functionality that you can use. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that follow button so that you get every new episode of the Canvas tutorial show when we upload it. And share the good stuff. I only share this within our Canvas tutorial community, which you can join. Just type in @CanvasTouch, choose the group, and hit join. But you can share it out. So if you found this video helpful, go to the groups that you're a part of, put in some specific teachers' names that you think that would benefit from it, and hit that share button so that everybody gets the goodness. Hope you have a great day.